a show to fly by. Don't forget to take a moment, take a look up in the sky. Think about the blessings, all the blessings that you got. It's a great day to be alive. When all the busy
Hello and welcome to Faith in Sports. My name is Rick Bowles. I'm your host. My co-host is James Carnell.
Hello.
Our producer is James Bridges, a.k.a. JB.
Hey.
Faith in Sports will be highlighting coaches, student athletes, and all things SAGU athletics. SAGU is a Christian university located in the heart of Waxahachie. We are happy for one of our own alumni sponsoring this radio program. VCR Now is a technology organization that can fulfill all your LED, audio, video, lighting needs, whether a sports stadium, arena, house of worship, or business. Well, Mr. Carnell, spring training has officially started.
Yes, it has.
And if anyone has listened to this show, they know, sadly, you are a St. Louis Cardinals fan.
Sadly. Gladly, you meant.
And since it has started, I got a question for you. I know you
Yes.
probably did some homework on this because you probably didn't know it at the top of your head. But as of tonight,
probably not.
what is their record since their first spring training game?
So they're 1-1. They haven't, as of when we're recording, haven't had their third game yet.
Right.
Yesterday they won by a score of 8-2.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great showing by their new young prospect that's supposed to probably make a break into the big leagues this year at 21 years of age. Man, they're excited about some of their prospects. So anyway, it looks good.
Well, in my research, I have seen that a few people are predicting that they're only going to have about an 89
I have
wins,
not seen that
93
anywhere.
losses this year. So
I don't know where you saw that because I have looked and I did not see that number anywhere.
I've read also where they need a top ace pitcher.
Now
in the
that
top of the rotation. What do you think about that?
Well, that is something that has been discussed. But here's the thing: Jack Flaherty is our number one ace. Last year, injury most of the year, only played in about 30 games. He's back full strength this year, and they believe he'll return with his form that he had 2 years before, where he was a Cy Young candidate. So he will fill that number one role effectively. Plus, we signed Miles Michaelis, Jordan Montgomery, who picked up from the Yankees last year, who just blew the doors off of the league in the last part of the season as he came over from the Yankees. So I think we have some pretty solid, starters to go. 1 through 4 is going to be really solid. And then, of course, you got Adam Wainwright.
Of course.
This is his swan song.
This is it?
This is it. This is his last year. And so it's going to be a very sentimental time for him as he bids adieu. He is 41 years of age. Wow.
So he's old.
Yeah.
So it's
Very
early. So
Yeah.
do we dare ask you for your prediction for the whole series, season, or do you want to wait?
Oh, no. I feel very confident. And you got to understand, when you gave those numbers, 89, 93, they haven't had a losing season in the past 15 years. They've had one, and maybe in the last 15 years. So that's just Cardinals. So the odds are they will not have a losing season. They're probably going to win their division with double digits. They're going to probably pull within 9, 10, 15 games above whoever their next competitor is, whether it's Milwaukee or whoever in our own Central.
So we have this recorded. We can go back.
Boom, go back and look at it. I predict they're going to, once they get into the playoffs, here's the key. It always comes down to this: who's hot going into the playoffs next year. Cardinals have had the best record going in sometimes, but yet if they're not hot, they just won't do it. Their year that they won it all, they came in as a wild card, barely snuck in at the wire, and won it all. That's just amazing.
Well, I'm sorry you're not passionate about it.
I am not passionate at all. I think they're going to win their division, hands down. I think they're going to go into the playoffs. They're going to have some trouble. I think the Mets are going to be tough this year. You got to look at that. I think Atlanta's going to be tough again this year. Philadelphia, they had that rebuilding year last year. They look strong. So I think when you get to playoffs, it's, anybody's game.
My Texas Rangers, on the other hand.
Texas Rangers?
Yes. I have read where some are predicting them to go around 85-77. So 85 wins, 77 losses.
Yeah.
They've had some great acquisitions this year.
They have.
Including Jason DeGrom. I don't know if you're familiar
Is he going
with
to be
that
healthy?
name. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'm saying this right. Nathan Eovaldi. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some positive talk, and those aren't the only two guys.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to say that they're going to go to the playoffs this year. And
Really?
It's been a few years.
Now that's pushing it.
It's recorded.
You got it recorded.
Mark it down.
Well,
Rangers going to the playoffs.
Hey, Rangers. I actually like the Rangers. I don't dislike them. I'm excited because actually Cardinals, because of the new scheduling this year, Cardinals are actually coming to play the Rangers June 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Wow, we may have to figure out a way to go to that.
Do you know what's
one of those
happening
games.
It's our district
Oh,
council.
it's our district council. Oh, well.
I might not be there for one or two nights of the
I don't
district
know.
council.
JB, I think he's in charge of a lot of that from SAGU.
Sunday
so
night.
What are we going
we'll
to
have to keep
dictate?
our eye on him.
Yeah.
Where's
London-
James? Where's James?
He's sick.
Yeah. Well, James, let's talk about SAGU sports.
Hey,
So
that's the
what's-
best part of all, right
What's
there.
going
SAGU
on with
sports.
SAGU sports this week?
Well, our men's basketball team won their first game in the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament last Thursday night. Hey, they played the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, and they are in Oklahoma tonight in the second round against Langston University. So go Lions. Let's see what they can do in the tournament. Baseball will host Wiley College tomorrow at 12 noon. You got to be careful of them because they're pretty wily. At the University of Science and Arts at Oklahoma this coming Friday and Saturday, and at noon as well. Softball will host a doubleheader against the Central Christian College this Friday at 1 p.m. and again on Saturday at noon. Hey, just to let you know, yes, that's you, can purchase tickets online for all of these games at sagu.edu/sports tickets. sagu.edu/sports tickets.
Well, I'm excited this week, tonight. We have as our special guest one of our track and field student athletes. Welcome, Daisy Otwell.
Yay!
Thank you
Welcome,
so much.
Daisy.
So, Daisy, glad to have you on the show. You
Thank
had
you.
no idea what you were getting into, and I apologize up front. But we have some questions for you, which
Yes,
we've
sir.
given you those questions. But then if we have time, we have a few questions we did not give you.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Here we
Kind
go.
of know a little bit more about
Mm-hmm.
Daisy. So this will be fun. So, Daisy, tell us where you're from, how long you've been running track, and kind of what some of the main events you compete in.
Okay, so I'm from De Leon, Texas. I've been running track this is my 6th year now. And my events that I've done throughout high school, I did like the 2 mile or the 1 mile, 4x4, that kind of thing. But now that I'm in college, I'm doing the 3,000 and the mile.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and so then when we go into outdoor, that was for indoor where the 3,000 was. But now that we're going into outdoor, I'll do the 5K and the mile.
So what got you in running long distance?
So when we moved out to De Leon, they didn't have soccer, and that's what I'd done like all the way up until 8th grade. And so they had track and cross country. So I was like, well, we'll see. We'll try it. And then been doing it ever since.
Wow.
That's neat. I mean,
I'm impressed.
yeah, I mean, you talk about athletes, that's long distance runners for sure. So what do you like most about running long distance events?
What do I like most about running?
Yeah.
Probably it's something that I'm able to do, and it's a gift that I've been given. So might as well, use it, glorify the Lord in it.
Wow. How
Yeah.
can you're not tall. What I mean,
No, yeah, no.
you think of long distance athletes, you think of somebody tall, lanky,
Yeah.
right? But you're not. But I've seen you run. I've seen your records, and I've seen what you've done, and I'm just so impressed
Thank
because
you.
I mean, I can't do long distance.
It's a lot.
I cannot. I've never
Yeah.
been able to enjoy long distance running, but
Yeah.
to see those that do it well, like yourself, I'm extremely impressed.
Have I told you my
Thank you.
story?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. No, well, go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
what is the
no,
story?
no.
I
This
feel like
isn't
we need to
about
know the
me.
story.
No, this isn't about me. This is about Daisy. So, is there anything you don't like about running?
That I don't like about running? It takes up a lot of your time, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, it's bettering your body, bettering yourself. It's definitely given me like this determination type of mindset, and I feel like that's been able to really help me in every day.
Now, when you're not in season, do you have to run all the in other words,
Yes.
12 months out of the year, so to speak?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
so
a
there's
commitment.
It
there's
is.
really no off season. The difference, like in the training wise, though, like in an off season, is a lot more relaxed for sure. So that is definitely a plus.
Do you find yourself having to eat more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a
in
bad
season,
thing.
No, yeah. In season, like I know I'm small, but I can eat so much food.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Burn a
'Cause
lot of
it's-
calories.
Yeah, burning so much.
I can eat a lot of
especially.
food too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're. Oh, I'm not going to say the rest.
I'm
of
not
it.
gonna say
Yeah.
that.
So you're long distance runner, right? What is your like? What do you think of? What is your kind of mental when you're running to get you through? What do you think?
My mindset is like
Yeah.
everybody else out here is hurting too. So it's like, why
There you
not
go.
just, if they're hurting, I'm just going to be tougher. I'm going to be stronger, and I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
'cause might as well.
Is there a
That's
favorite
We're already
song?
out there.
Is there a favorite song that you play in your mind?
No,
No?
sometimes it's honestly it's really random. You know, sometimes you're just going, you're not really thinking about anything, and then just like you'll get a random song stuck in your head, whatever.
So I would assume when you're preparing, practicing, you can listen to music if you want to.
Yes,
but
yeah,
you're
you can.
Not during the.
Not during the race.
yeah.
Sometimes they'll play music like for everyone to hear, but you're usually so like into it that you don't even realize that they're playing music.
So everyone has somebody that they kind of look up to. Who are some people that you look up to, either as a spiritual mentor or athletics role?
Yeah, probably my coach back home. Honestly, he was one of the like people that got me into running, and like just the kind of way that he coached us, the way he lived his life was just really inspiring to us. It was really
That's cool. As an athlete who is a Christian, how do you feel you can be an example of your faith to others, whether it's on your own team, whether it's someone else? What is it that you kind of live by that says, hey, yeah, I mean, I would assume that athletics, is not everything for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, being a Christian, that's who you are. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about being a Christian athlete.
So it's honestly one of my favorite places just to get to shine my light, because you're surrounded by so many people. And so just getting, like you'll do like your little huddle and you get to pray all together, getting to do that, letting people see, that, you're out here for the Lord and you're not out here for yourself. And so I feel like that's just one of the ways that you can show that I live by.
I think that's awesome. It's, of course, Paul uses the example in Scripture. He that runs the race. You can't do that unless you train your body first. You bring it under subjection, beat it. He says, to bring it under subjection. And I think running, especially long distance running, it really exemplifies, or really that Scripture really talks about that, because you have to bring your desires, your pain, you have to push that aside, right?
Yeah, and it's like one of those things that that you can't do this without the Lord. Like it's one of the things I have to fully rely on Him, or there's no way that I'm going to be able to make it through those long races, long practices, all that training.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So you took 6th in the NCCAA. Get that right.
Yeah,
NCCAA.
a lot of letters.
Championships after finishing the mile in 5 minutes, correct me if I'm wrong, 5 minutes, 23.88 seconds,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was awesome. You finished 9th in the 3,000 meters with a time of 10.56.99.
Yes.
Right. You're the first SAC Conference Women's Indoor Runner of the Week. You got that a week ago for
Yes, sir.
2022-23, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's talk about this. Explain how many people are you competing against typically when you run these races? What does that look like?
In a race, there's probably anywhere from like 16 to 24 athletes, I would say, just depending on like what type of race we're at, or like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So there's a crowded field. All right.
Yes, yeah, lots of people.
You find what is your mentality? I'm going to get out to start, fast start, get out, lead the pack, or am I going to hold back and take it at the end? What is your mentality?
So my mentality is first just to get out, so I don't get stuck behind people, but I'm not going to be the one to lead the race right away, because you kind of want to play the field, see who's going where, so you don't end up burning yourself out. You wait for somebody to go, and then you go with them, and then get them.
And then you go get
And
them.
then you go get them.
There you
yeah.
go. I love that mentality. I love that.
How do you get to the championship, the NCCAA championship?
So there is a qualifying time that you have to meet in order to do that, and I don't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head. But as long as you qualify for those times, you have the whole season to qualify for that, and then once you do, you have your ticket into nationals.
Okay. So 5th and 9th place and 9th place. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yes, sir. For a freshman, I'd say
come
that's
on,
pretty good.
Come on. I'm saying that tongue in
Yeah.
cheek. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That really is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something. I mean, you should be very proud about that.
Thank you.
Do you go into each race, or in this case, the NCCAA championship, with a set goal to place, or do you just say, no, I want to finish a certain time? I mean, what's your mentality?
My mentality is usually a time. I
Mhm.
want to always PR. I always want to go out there and do my best. I mean, that's all I can do.
Mhm.
But I really just want to go out for a good time. And yeah.
So you know your pace. You know what
Yeah.
so at this, I'm going to be hitting this mark.
Mhm.
So you pretty much have that in mind, and for the
Yes.
championship or for whatever you're saying, boom, I'm going to hit this
Yeah.
mark.
And then with nationals, since you already made that qualifying time to get there, at that one it really was more just going for the place
Mm-hmm.
rather than the time, just since it was nationals and the place gets you farther than a time does.
Okay, awesome. So you're the first point winner of the SAGU women's team in distance race at an indoor national championship. What does that mean?
I thought when I found that out, I was like, wow, that's actually so cool. But I hope that really just like inspires like more people and like hopefully grow our team, like just to get more girls, more of us out there, going out competing and placing and doing what we love.
Yeah, I mean, SAGU. I mean, I think there's so many people that look at us and go, "What? You guys are doing track and field? You guys are doing what in track and field?" Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And to hear this, and for those of you that are listening, hey, check out our athletics here at SAGU. We have some pretty amazing athletes, and they're top competitors, and they're doing a great job. So we've never had our own track and field.
No, we haven't
until now.
Yeah.
So you've got to practice on it. I saw you guys out there the other day.
Yes,
I
did.
I was actually, watching.
Yeah.
Were you running to try to, interrupt
He
them?
was racing me.
Yeah, I figured he was causing problems.
I had this feeling, you're like, hey, I wonder if I could do what I used to do in the old
Which
days.
is trot?
Which is go sit on the bench and drink some water.
I want to see you do, what is it where you run and then you jump over water? What's that called?
That's the steeple chase.
You and I need to race.
We have that.
We need to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to do long jump.
Okay.
In high school.
Yeah.
And I would do the 100-meter.
Okay.
And I also did the 200-meter.
Okay.
And the 400-meter.
Yeah, so I can't do that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I can't do long jump. When I say long jump, 400-meter killed me.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at you guys and I'm just going, "Oh, you go for it," But so now you have your own track.
Yeah.
What's that? Talk about what that is like now.
So I thought whenever I signed, we didn't have a track. I didn't even know that we were getting one. Like, I didn't even know that was in there. And so I was like, okay, like, it's cool. Like, we have tracks around here. But then, like, now that, like, when we had our first practice, just the community that you have on that track. And then, like, like, this is ours. And, like, we get to do it here and, not to drive to go to a different track to do it. But we're like, no, we're right here. We're home.
Home field advantage.
Home field, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
and
for sure.
You can practice whenever you want. Pretty much
whenever.
At this point. Yeah,
and it's so beautiful. Like, it is probably one of the nicest tracks I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's really
so
nice.
Cool.
Wait till Rick finishes the area out front, and that's going to be beautiful.
Well, we have, for those who haven't been on campus, we have the track. It's an 8-lane Olympic track, which is nice.
Yeah.
We have the football field, soccer, and football. Soccer will practice and play. Mm-hmm. Football will practice right now. But then there's softball and baseball. So there's an area in between there, kind of a triangle that really needs a lot of work. And so that's one of my next responsibilities is to get people together, help me raise some money to make that look really nice. Probably about 2 months ago, we had a foundation that donated $100,000, and we have a lion, which Lion of Judah is our mascot. It's huge, 12 foot by 6 foot. It's bronze. It's on a trailer, so if we wanted to take it somewhere for like a Christmas parade or whatever, we can. But anyway, so that will go out in the middle. We'll have brick walk out. It'll be really, really nice. Yeah.
Cool.
So
it's still not done. It's work in progress. But yeah, it is beautiful. And it was so cool to see soccer was out there practicing and the track.
We were out there running.
Yeah, and I was watching you guys, and I was watching some guys doing the hurdles, and I was just thinking, man, that feel, because I do remember back, the feel of you getting out there on your own track.
Yeah.
Is like I always ran faster at home.
Yeah,
I always
for sure.
jumped longer at home. It was always that, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just really excited for you guys to see you guys out there. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, but we're not through with you.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a little JB's going to help us here to tell us about our sponsor, and then we're going to come back with some questions. I promise you we will not embarrass you.
Okay.
But we didn't want you to know the questions because you got to just think on your feet. So here we go.
Good.
JB, tell us a little bit more about our sponsor of Faith in Sports.
Well, thanks, Rick.
He's looking for the script there.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
VCR Now is proud to promote their brand on this broadcast. Driven by producing quality LED video boards, state-of-the-art audio and video production systems at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs as an athletic department, business, or church before recommending the next best steps. Come by the campus and visit the Schaefer Activity Center and check out the double-sided LED scoreboard provided by VCR Now. For more information, visit vcrnow.com. Back to you, Rick.
Thank you, JB. One of the things I did want to also ask you before we get into these questions that you're not aware of, if you had, say, some freshmen, sophomore, juniors that you were talking to about SAGU,
Yeah.
what would be some of the things that you would share to maybe encourage them, at least come and visit? We have a Campus Days, March the 30th and 31st, and that's open to anybody, group or individuals. So what would you say for them and the impact of them coming and check out SAGU on their own?
Like students or athletes,
Students, both, whatever.
both.
Yeah.
I would just say like being here, like going out and just finding a group of people, like a community that like ultimately like really does care about you and is really for you. Like you're gonna find that here if you just go out and do it. Yeah, just not being afraid to do that. Like there's so much like the spiritual atmosphere that's here is definitely different than anywhere like that I visited before coming here. So like when I came here, I was like, okay, I know this is where I'm supposed to be. I know that people here really do care. And so just seeing that like in the professors, students, everybody, it's just amazing.
Are either the athletes or students who are not involved in sport, are y'all talking any at all about what happened at Asbury? Is there any conversation about would love to have a revival on our campus, or has that been talked about at all?
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it. A lot of my friends we think like it'd be so cool, just for that to happen here. But you just have to want that, and you can't like just be like, okay, I want it to be exactly like Asbury's, because it's not. We
Correct.
can't just recreate it. Can't go into chapel being like we need it to happen like Asbury. We need it to happen for ourselves. And so I feel like if people, just come in that mindset, like I want a revival here, I want a revival now, then, the Lord's going to move. And if that's your true desire.
Yeah, and people get caught up on the definition of revival, but I love to think of it as a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a reminder of why I'm committed to Christ, and maybe a place of repentance, and just saying, hey, Lord, use me. I want to be a part of your kingdom and awakening. So that would be great to have at SAGU.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And students coming in, and I see it as coming and finding their purpose. I think Robert Madu spoke on that on Friday.
Yeah,
Did an
that was so
excellent
good.
job. Yeah, I mean, fulfilling their purpose in life and discovering that. And I think that's the best place they can find that is here at SAGU.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only if it may come for the athletics, they may come for the academics, whatever, but experience, man, this is what God has for me.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
that's awesome. All right, question
All right.
time.
So we'll have 3 or 4 questions here for you.
Okay.
So if you could meet one person, either from history or currently alive, and could have dinner with them, who would it be and why?
Who would it be and why? Oh, goodness gracious.
It's all right. Take your time.
Take my time.
We threw this out. You didn't have time to prepare.
Be stalling for a long time.
You can't say anybody in this room. So.
Nobody in this room?
no.
Oh, man, that just took off.
I know.
Yeah,
that just took
I
off
know.
what I was
That was
gonna
her
say.
answer.
I
Come
saw
on.
that. I saw that, but I just wanted to, let her know.
It was going to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was going to be him. I don't know. I can't say I should have prepared for this because I didn't know
You didn't
it was
know.
coming.
That's what's fun about this.
Jesus. Maybe.
Sad.
Jesus.
Jesus? I mean, I could. I feel like that's what everybody would say,
That's
though.
the fallback
You
question.
That
know,
is the
that's
fallback.
Yeah.
If you
that's
don't know what
the-
to say,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
We'll move on to
I
you.
think we
Keep
should.
thinking.
I'll think
Yeah,
about
she's
it.
gonna think
I'll
about
I have
that
to pray about it.
Okay.
Let's see.
So, next one. What is your favorite dessert?
A little
My
easier.
Ice cream. Right. I just ice
What
cream.
kind of ice cream? What flavor?
Any ice cream that has either caramel
Mhm.
or brownie or cookie dough in
Ooh,
it. So if
wow.
if I can find one that has all of it in there,
Yeah.
So you like
You're good.
stuff. You don't just
trifecta.
ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I personally, I don't like cookie dough. I just
Oh.
that's my
There's
favorite.
something wrong with you, man.
yeah.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
What?
But this isn't about me. So.
Because Rick is very healthy. That's why.
Oh yes. I
After
eat no sweets at all.
After nationals, they gave us all the little quart size
yeah.
ice cream, and I had cookie dough. It was really
Oh,
Do you
good.
I
like
love
like
that.
Andes?
Yes.
Andes
oh
is the
my
best.
goodness, it's so
Good stuff.
good.
Okay. That's
All
good.
right. So if you could go away for 1 month, all expense paid, no homework,
Mm.
where would you go and why?
I would go to Greece.
Ooh, Greece.
Yes, because the
Yes.
water there is just gorgeous, and
Yes.
I've been dreaming about that for like forever. So if I could go and do that,
Oh, yeah.
check that off the bucket list.
So we're talking the beach or
Yeah, the beach part of it.
downtown kind of city. Do you like it all?
I would love to visit all of it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'd probably spend most of my time at the beach.
Yeah.
Wow. Boom. There
Yeah.
with you. Actually, I am going this
Are you really
June. Yeah.
without me?
My daughter's graduating high school.
Oh, so
and
that's her trip.
She, yeah. Yeah, she
Wow.
decided.
Lucky duck.
Yeah, she picked that trip because we did that for all the kids. But
Okay, yeah.
we told her we don't have to pay as much for college for her. So,
Yeah. Nice.
so
Yeah,
she
it
gets to
makes
go to a
sense.
little nicer trip.
Yeah.
So we're going to the Greek Isles.
That
JB,
is
we
so
haven't been
fun.
invited. What's the
Yeah.
deal?
Yeah.
I've already been, so
Oh,
Yeah,
You
he's
have?
already been.
fine,
I've been to part of his trip. I haven't been to Greece, but
Wow.
I've been to Italy.
Yeah.
That's so
Hey,
cool.
did you
Twice.
know French fries were made in Greece?
That's wow.
Oh
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
Oh, come
Hey,
on.
I'm just going to
Come
warn
on,
you,
Rick.
don't get him started on the
Okay.
dad jokes. So
But seriously, yeah, we're flying into Rome.
Yeah.
And then we're doing 2 stops in Italy.
That's
and then we're doing,
awesome.
yeah.
of course,
That's
this
Cool.
this isn't about you, right?
It's
about
not.
Jason.
But she said Greece.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I
just.
did.
I just wanted to make sure.
And you thought
Yeah,
of French
yeah.
fries, so
And I thought of French fries.
All right. Who is your
Yeah.
favorite band or artist you like listening to?
right now probably Upper Room.
Yeah.
Solid answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Because
like Upper Room
they're
right
more, they
now.
do more, cover for a lot of the other artist songs, right?
Yeah, they have some
More
originals.
worship. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
their covers on them are usually my
So-
favorite.
Yeah.
James, yours is Love Song, right? Love Song.
Dude, that's so old.
I know. That's the point. Speaking of that,
Speaking of which. Yeah.
the Jesus Revolution movie that came out this
Yes.
weekend,
Yeah.
they blew everybody away. $15.5
I
million
know.
on the first
They're
weekend.
blowing
That's
out
great.
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Well, I mean, have you seen it?
No.
No.
It's
Don't plan on it either.
It's
I
not
haven't.
great. Yeah.
So
So-
that's
wow.
they thought if they could hit 7 million, they'd be doing
That's
fantastic.
awesome.
So
I
Wow.
haven't
Over doubled
seen it
that.
yet.
Wow.
I
it
wanna
is
go
a
see
it's a
that.
great movie.
Yeah.
Need to go see it. It's
I want to
fantastic.
go see it.
The reference of Love Song that was
yeah, I
actually
understand. Yeah.
well, you
yeah.
do, but others.
Yeah.
This group
I
in
don't
this
think
room
I
may not.
understand
So they
it.
were the band that kind of was a part of
The
the
Jesus movement.
the Jesus
Yeah.
movement,
Okay.
the revolution,
Yeah.
and they wound up though being the ones that launched what we call contemporary Christian music.
Okay.
They got a record label. In fact, I
So-
worked for the label. They had Love Song on it right after they had quit. So
Yeah.
I'm connected some way somehow.
We are.
Yes.
Like Larry Norman.
Yes.
The
yes.
godfather of Christian music.
But we distract from this
We do.
faith and sports show, don't we? But anyway, so
We digress
yeah, but
constantly.
thank you.
Yes, thank y'all.
Oh, did you ever think of who would be someone in history or current you'd
Someone
like
in
to have
history?
dinner with?
I did think about it. I was thinking about Deborah in the Bible. She was a judge, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, and
Yeah.
like, there's not very many women that do that. So, just wondering what it would be like being a woman in that kind of power back then.
Yeah.
Just what that was like.
That's cool.
That's neat. Great
yeah,
answer.
that's a
talk
very
to-
good answer.
Well, thank you for being with us. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
y'all.
Sorry we have no parting gifts, but
Yeah, it's
Come by
okay.
the alumni office. You can have a wonderful parting gift. We
Can I
have
get some
nice-
ice cream?
That may be on the docket. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Hey, guys and girls, Faith in Sports is a broadcast property of SAGU. SAGU is a Christian university located in Waxahachie, Texas, and has over 70 undergraduate and graduate degrees, including on-campus and online options. So, Faith in Sports is sponsored by VCRNow.com. We ask you to visit sagu.edu for more information. Also, stay up to date with all things SAGU athletics at sagulions.com.